Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very long time since I've seen that credit roll. Welcome to the Roundtable Rewind. I'm your boy, the franchise player, WWE Bad Blood. This is the guy right here that mixes shit up, the mixologist and stuff, Mr. Chemical Julian. Welcome to the Roundtable Rewind. And we're going to do something special, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to rewind the hottest pay-per-view. I'm sorry, let me rephrase myself. The hottest premium live event.
Premium live event.
In the last year for WWE. And that right there, my friends, was Backlash. Julian just finished watching it. Julian, let's jump into this Backlash recap for you.
Hey, so, just for the audience, I was out spending some time with some friends in the great outdoors, doing a little bit of hiking. So I was going for the weekend. Forgot the premium live events are now on Saturdays, not Sundays. But I was looking forward to this and came back home, watched it, was not disappointed in the least. So over, I'm not going to give my star rating for the paper for the PLE yet. I'll do that at the end and my criteria for it. So kicking this thing off, they gave it the big money feel. I mean, they did the opening promo package. They did. They're showing Puerto Rico. They had the drone camera come in, fly in, and show the audience they was hanging from the rafters. The crowd was hot. It was definitely big fight, big money feel. And whatever they did to promote it, which, I don't think they had to promote too hard on the island, but whatever they did to promote it, they filled them seats, and the crowd was ready. They was ready to go.
The show was, in my opinion, I did the recap with the guys, and we talked about certain things that happened on the show. I was really impressed by a lot. And you know me, it takes a lot for the WWE to fucking impress me. But it wasn't so much a lot of the action in the ring. It was like the things that happened, the stories.
Correct.
Some people were upset about this, that, and the other thing. Me personally, I fucking loved a lot of the shit that was going on. So, jumping into the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus Io Sky opened up the show with a barn burner.
Okay, these ladies had 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, opening match, women's match. Raw Women's Championship, 18 minutes. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. As many jokes as I make about the fake Shotzi, I could legit say the real Io Sky was in this match, and her little sister Rio has been wrestling for the last 9 months.
Stupid.
because aside from the reaction that Io Sky got, she got love from that crowd like she was from there. It was the Twilight Zone. Like, it made you think, like, oh shit, is this like Philadelphia, Chicago, where they're rooting for the bad guys? Because Bianca got booed. And she got booed.
Oh yeah.
And Io, I mean, they were chanting her name. They were cheering every move she did. The crowd was fully behind Io Sky, but that's not what made the match good. She showed up and she showed out in a way that she has not done like ever since I've seen her. I'm sorry, ever since I've seen her in Damage Control. I mean, she really looked in this match like she could have won. And she should try to win again on Monday.
There were so many things that happened in this match. I mean, like Io came down by herself. She didn't come down with the rest of Damage Control.
Correct.
Commentary was throwing the fact that Damage Control might split up and this and that and the other thing. Io did come out to like monster chants of Io. Fans were on her side. Like in a sense, Bianca became the heel.
Yeah.
And she didn't. Io worked over her arm a lot.
Yep.
Bianca did that one arm military press slam and dropped Io on her fucking head. Yeah, there was a lot of botches in this match, and they all came from Bianca. Like,
yeah, with that one arm military press, man, how Io just popped up from that, I was amazed because
this Io Sky to me
went face flat.
This Io Sky to me was the Io Sky from NXT, the one doing fucking moonsaults off the top of a cage with a trash can on, like that. This Io, that's who came to play today.
And this is how she should be booked. And I know that WWE sometimes you've got your trio team, you got your three girls together, and you don't want to put them over too hard, or you don't want them out there squashing people.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to book them like this. If you want your team to be strong, they want Damage Control to really matter, like to be a threat, you got to book them like this. And Io Sky was booked tonight the best that she's been booked since she's been on the main roster.
I like the way she handled a lot of the botches. She covered a lot of the botches for the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era, Bianca Belair. So Bianca retains the championship and thus continues to be the number one women's champion in the history of WWE in the modern era. That's how they're booking it now. The modern era.
The modern era.
So with that being said, Io Sky got screwed out of this championship, and they made it to where it seemed like Bayley was the reason why it happened.
Oh yeah. If Damage, I mean, pretty much they told the story that if Damage Control had just like left this alone, then Io could have beat Bianca.
Yeah, I think so, because during the spot where they did the interference spot, Io had her pinned for a good fucking 10 count. So yeah, I do believe
lots of good false finishes.
In my heart of hearts, I do believe the wrong woman won tonight, or won that night.
Well, you know what? Win, lose, or draw, Io Sky came off looking like a champ tonight, and definitely cemented her place for a rematch somewhere down the line. So one of the problems with the Raw Women's Championship, and SmackDown for that matter, is like the number of legit contenders. So now's the time to start building them up, and they did a great job of building up Io Sky.
Yeah, I agree with that. So now they do have a legit challenger now for the championship, which is what we've been begging for. Not only they can do it with Roman, but they won't. Then we go to a match that, like me and you talked about off the air, Seth Rollins versus Omos.
Hey, look, I told you so. I told you so.
I'll take that.
I told you so.
I will legitimately take that. I told you so from you.
I said Omos versus Goldberg. They didn't give it to us.
Thank God.
Omos versus Braun, and y'all were like, "Damn, okay." Now Omos versus Seth Rollins. Oh, this is going to be garbage. Oh, what's it? Look, Omos incrementally is getting better. They're polishing his niche, if you will, as a wrestler, getting his big man style down. He's getting better in the ring. Definitely better in terms of ring presence. Where's the camera? Where's his opponent? Where is he supposed to be? Because this dude's legs are so long, like he has to time that big boot really good when someone's coming across the ring at him. Otherwise, he's going to be sitting there with a bent leg looking stupid. And he's really improving on all these things slowly but surely. And was it 10 stars in the Tokyo Dome? No, it wasn't supposed to be. But it made both him and Seth Rollins look great.
What it really was, in my opinion, was A+ in the motherfucking. I'm sorry. Let me go back. The first match, in my opinion, was an A+.
Yes.
This match was a B+ in motherfucking San Juan, Puerto Rico, is what it was.
Right.
Like I said off the air, I have more respect now for Omos.
Yeah.
As a wrestler, I have more respect for Omos now. Omos showed. Sorry, give me a second. I'm looking at the note here. Omos showed to me. He showed more improvement. And now, man, honestly, the dude showed up and showed out, man.
Yeah, he's showing the ability to learn. He's showing the ability to take direction, make improvements, improve his character, improve his ring presence and timing and everything else. And he's young. He's like 20. He's younger than 25.
Yeah, he's young.
He's a young dude, and if he keeps going this way, he's gonna be. He'll get his main event shot at some point. I know that, just because he's a big man, but he'll be like that one looming threat. Because the fact of the matter is, at some point Brock is gonna tap out and go back to his farming up in Canada. So they're going to need a big man. They're always going to need a big man to be a threat. Yeah. So, this is just another homegrown dude.
I think that, like I said, his personal issues that he's had in life, which are incredible that he's overcome all these things. I'm really excited to see what Omos does next.
Yeah.
But now we go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the United States Championship match.
Oh,
Triple threat.
Let's talk about this.
On and popping.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules.
You want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
And we are back.
And we're back.
So the United States Championship match, triple threat match, U.S. champion Austin Theory defends against Bobby Lashley and one Bronson Reed.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, man, I called it. Austin Theory with the sneaky ass heel pin.
Of course.
And people are saying that, Austin Theory is young and he's brash and this and that. Austin Theory has won triple threat matches the same way. Let the other guy get the ass whooping, sneak in and get the pin.
Correct.
But he plays a good chicken shit heel, and he's just like Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio drops the my deadbeat dad line, and the crowd goes crazy. Austin Theory says, well, I beat John Cena at WrestleMania, and the crowd goes crazy.
He didn't believe in me.
Yeah, he didn't believe
John
in me.
Cena didn't believe in me.
I did it.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with this match tonight. Everyone just assumed that Bobby Lashley was going to win the U.S. title. Or maybe
and I don't know why. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and the sentiment that we had was that Bronson Reed was in here to be a spoiler so that Lashley could lose but not get pinned, and Theory could retain. I mean, it seemed simple enough to me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it seemed like a reason to have Bronson Reed pursuing the U.S. title, Bobby pursuing the U.S. title, more people in play to go after a particular championship, because one thing that WWE did not have recently, and that was a lot of direction or contenders, or more than one contender or more than one storyline for most of your championships. Mm-hmm. And that you kind of need to stack your deck that way to keep it interesting. So now that you've got Austin Theory ducking two guys at the same time, and maybe put a third person in there, it makes it more interesting.
I liked it. I like the fact that, we did have that different demographic. And at the beginning of the match, both Austin Theory and Bronson Reed attacked, Bobby Lashley. And Bobby held them off. I like the fact that the villains did it, and then they turned on each other.
Of course. Bad guys always turn on each other at some point.
Highlight of the match for me, a 350-pound moonsault.
Crazy.
By Bronson Reed. Lashley nailed him with that fucking spear, though.
Yeah.
And Austin Theory was like, get out of here, Bobby. Let me get this pin. 1, 2, 3.
That's the way you're supposed to do it.
It was perfect. It was like fucking super. It was super heel shit, and I loved it. I loved it. What are your thoughts on this match?
I loved it. It did everything it was supposed to. It secures Austin Theory as champ and as the heel champ who will sneak in a win where he can. Bobby's a little bit directionless right now because you're not sure if he wants the championship or he's got a personal vendetta against Theory. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know, but he needs a little fuel in the fire to make you really understand like what his motivation is.
Yeah.
And Bronson, and I would say the same thing with Bronson Reed, but I mean, he just ran in attacking Bobby and decided he wanted to start attacking Bobby. So
I mean, there was a guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling that beat Okada named Jonah. Kind of looks like Bronson Reed, but for some reason, I just can't put my finger on him. So, in my opinion, the show stealer match of the night, the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator, versus Puerto Rico's own Zelina Vega.
So I was watching this match when I saw something.
Was it the chancla?
No. You know what it was? That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
If WWE wanted to, they could make Zelina Vega into another Sasha Banks.
Explain.
Here's the thing. Zelina Vega has got a phenomenal look to her. Okay. Great look, great body. Not the tallest chick in the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller frame, petite, but she busted out a Meteora, and I was like,
Who's that person using Meteora?
Yeah. And I think with if they really wanted to really train her more, just to make her better and better, they could put the marketing machine behind her, and you could have another Sasha Banks, and they could be like, "Hey, Sasha, stay where the fuck you are. We got our own right here," and she's over in Puerto Rico.
I will say this: the simple fact that her parents were at ringside, her mom, her stepdad,
Yep,
her brother, her husband wasn't there. Malachi Black, he wasn't there, but we all know he was probably watching at home.
he was backstage.
He was backstage chilling and catering, like where he was when he first was there. Yeah. The whole state of Puerto Rico, the whole island, the whole territory of Puerto Rico was behind this woman.
Yep.
She came into this match. She lost the match, ladies and gentlemen. Rhea Ripley defeated her, retained the championship. I said 7 minutes. It literally went 7 minutes.
Yep.
But, Selena Vega came out feisty, just blow after blow after blow. Hit her with that fucking tornado DDT. Hit the Eddie Guerrero frog splash. Gave the shimmy. It was so perfect. The crowd was every move she did, the crowd popped.
100%.
I would have thought this was the main event, and she won the world title. And I was saying on the stream last night when we did the recap, I was saying, win, lose, or draw, this was the biggest moment in Zelina Vega's life. Not just her career, her life. Because, ladies and gentlemen, her dad died in 9/11. He was in the World Trade Center. He died.
Yep.
Okay. She dedicated the match to her dad. She dedicated the match to her mom. She dedicated the match to the whole territory, the province, or state, whatever you want to call it, of Puerto Rico. She came out wearing the Puerto Rican flag. It was just in the middle. After the match was over, she stood in the middle of the ring, tears in her eyes. And I'm gonna tell you, as a professional wrestler,
nuts for her.
Yes, as a professional wrestler who did the very same thing. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it is the most emotional thing. I spent my 31 years of wrestling chasing after one championship, the NWA World Heavyweight title. I wrestled Tim Storm in Portland, Oregon, in front of my family, all my friends, sold out building, standing room only. And literally, I came within a second of winning the NWA World Championship. And when Tim Storm pinned me and I got up, he looked across the ring to me and he stuck his hand out. And I slapped his hand away and I gave him a hug. And I stood in the middle of that ring with everybody standing up, banging on tables, chairs, clapping for me, even though I lost. In that moment, I felt like, wow, like if I had won the world championship, that's great. But they appreciated me even though I lost.
Correct.
And my kids were in the ring. My kids were at ringside. A significant other was at ringside. These are people that didn't give a shit about wrestling. They were there supporting me. And just the fact that my family was watching at home on pay-per-view, all that shit, dude, wildest feeling in the world. And you can see it on her face. Tears streaming down her face. You can see it.
Easily. It was all over. It was on her face from before the match started.
Yeah.
I mean, she was crying. She was crying when she first got in the ring.
Yeah. I saw that, and immediately I was like, "This is the biggest moment of her life." And
I mean, this was a great demonstration of appreciation from your own people, your own family. I mean, in your home country. I mean, it just gets no better than that, you know.
No better. I mean, she put chocolate out and everything, man.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny as shit. And to hear Corey Graves say, if you have Hispanic descent and you have a Spanish mom and you pull that out, you know what, the Michael Cole, you know what that means. I was like, wow. I think that match got one of the biggest pops of the night.
Yeah.
But the next match had Rock Hogan feel. WrestleMania, Rock versus Hogan. Remember that match? How the crowd was chanting Hogan on one side, Rock on the other. It was like so loud, so deafening that literally the two guys just stood in the ring and stared at each other for like 3 fucking minutes before locking up. Bad Bunny Yeah, I said it, ladies and gentlemen. Bad Bunny
Yep.
versus Damian Priest in a San Juan street fight. So much to unpack in this.
Disqualifications.
So much to unpack in this match. So much. But I will say this right from the start. Bad Bunny is phenomenal. But Damian Priest, you, my man, that was Damian Priest's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That match should have been the fucking main event.
So let's start from the beginning. Damian Priest came out to a huge pop.
Mm-hmm.
Huge pop. As the heel, he came out to a huge pop.
Wait, he was the heel?
Allegedly.
Because that pop was...
this was a homecoming for him. He wouldn't rather been known anyplace else. Bad Bunny came out. To any wrestler who's also a musician and you think you're somebody because a crowd sings your song, they don't sing your song the way this crowd was singing Bad Bunny's song. I mean, this was sing along with the Bad Bunny, and they knew the lyrics. They were singing the whole thing, and they was rocking the house down. And this dude came out. This was the second biggest pop of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The first pop was at the end of this match.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
And
know?
ladies and gentlemen, what we mean by that is this. When he came out wearing an LWO t-shirt,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
But when he came out with the New Jack style, pushing the shopping cart full of weapons, I was like, yo,
Boom.
he came to fight. And
He unveiled the what was he called, the trash can grocery cart full of plunder.
yeah, he was like, I got plunder, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean, and this came from a Grammy Award-winning guy.
The dude just headlined Coachella.
The dude was at the Met Gala 2 days ago. I mean,
He was like, I gotta go, man. I got Backlash coming up. I gotta finish.
Bro, he was like 2 nights at Coachella. He was at the Met Gala. Then he came to headline fucking this show right here. Crazy. Started out a little shoving, whatever, whatnot. Damian Priest was like, this is my ring, bitch. What it do? But after the crowd died down and all the crazy shit that happened, Bad Bunny scoops up Damian Priest.
Michinoku
driver. I was like, I literally popped. Oh shit.
Yeah.
In our group chat. Oh shit. Bad Bunny taking chair shots. I mean, he got put through the fucking stage.
He was getting punched, kicked, thrown around. Damian Priest was working a big man style really good in this match. Falcon Arrow off the speaker into the
equipment box. Yeah.
Equipment box. All that. Crowd.
I like the fact that he took abuse and didn't shy away from it.
He took it 100%. He took that ass whipping. Damian Priest was handing it out too. Outcomes. So Damian Priest is selling the injured knee. Bad Bunny's taking advantage. Out comes Judgment Day. It's Dominic and Finn Balor
wearing all white.
Yeah. Finn Balor's still wearing that neckerchief like one of the pink ladies. I don't know. I don't know why he's wearing that neckerchief, but that shit is hilarious.
He said like the pink ladies.
Out comes Ray. Ray comes in. Ray starts getting stomped on or whatever. And then out comes Carlito. And you want to talk about a pop. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Carlito been working out. If y'all ain't seen him lately, I wasn't surprised. But if you ain't seen Carlito in the last 5 years, last 7 years, I mean, dude is swole.
Oh, yeah. Carlito, body guy.
Carlito came out, huge pop. Crowd went nuts. Judgment Day starts to make their retreat, and Carlito and Ray are holding, are between them and the ring, and they think they're going to run to the back, and out comes Savio Vega.
Savio Vega, who came earlier and presented Bad Bunny with a Kindle stick.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys are getting why Julian is so fucking excited about this, but this is San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
This is the house
of TNT.
The TNT, Savio Vega, that Caribbean Cool, Carlito's dad, Carlos Colon, made. They made this. This is the house that they built. So to have those two guys involved in this match,
these are two of the biggest stars in Puerto Rico, right here, right now in this match, in Bad Bunny's match. So Savio comes out. I know a man's earlier. He's not going to be doing a whole lot. He's not running anywhere. He walks. But my man busted out the Quang moves.
He did with the kick.
Gave him the Quang Savant kick.
Yes.
A couple overhead chops,
And the crowd was going whoosh every time he did it.
Eating it up. It up.
It was great.
They were behind it 100%. So then all these guys clear out. We're back in the ring with Bad Bunny, Damian Priest. They handle their business. Puerto Rican Destroyer. And 1, 2, 3.
The bunny hop.
The match. Yeah. Bad Bunny wins the match. And the celebration and pageantry after this match. So
wait, before you finish.
The match
before
itself,
you finish, talk about this real quick. Damian Priest was down.
Yeah.
After selling like an ankle injury, a knee injury, and Bad Bunny slaps on the figure 4.
Yes.
Now everybody was like, why is there significance? Why is the figure 4 significance? Carlos Colon used that figure 4 for decades in Puerto Rico. And the fact that Bad Bunny did that in Puerto Rico, man.
Crazy.
This is the match that is made of.
So given that it's Puerto Rico, it's Bad Bunny, it's Damian Priest, we got Savio, we got Carlito, we got the LWO, we had Ray, we had, given so much that was in this match, and as the crescendo, just the number of pops this crowd had, and then match ends, the faces come out, put Bad Bunny on their shoulder, he's holding the Puerto Rican flag, the flag is on the monitors, and I'm watching at home, and I was like, oh man.
You waiting
great.
You waiting for the logo at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, well, time for me to go to bed. But I was like, oh shit, I ain't seen Brock and Cody yet.
They were like, you think that's it? Hold my beer.
And then they were like, and up next, 6-man tag. I was like, what, 6-man tag? I forgot there's a 6-man tag coming.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to another quick commercial break. We'll get into that 6-man tag in a moment. We'll be right back.
Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules are lame, have been taking all the fun out! Drive me insane! All these rules.
When you want to get your hair cut, you go get your hair cut right. You head down to Big D's Barbershop. Big D's Barbershop, Vancouver, Washington's best and brightest. 1019 Main Street, Vancouver, Washington, where you can go get your hair lined up, cuts, fades, shampoos, conditions, and all the great things that go with supporting a local barbershop in a local business area. You can also reach them online at www.bigdsbarbershop.com. Go get your haircut right.
And we're back.
So before we go into this 6-man tag team match, I just got to say, I spoke to a good friend of mine who happens to be a writer producer for the WWE, and I begged him. I know you watch this show every week. He tells me every week, great show. I love what I see. You guys are funny. I love the stories you guys put together. So I know they're using our shit. So I told him, I said, dude, please, oh God, I will get on my fucking knees and beg you. Please let this be the last fucking interaction I have with the tag team champions and fucking the Usos. I don't want to have another Usos fucking Kofi and Xavier Woods gimmick for the next 6 months. Please.
Well.
So Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn took on the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos. And the tag team champions it is not, thanks to Michael Cole finally explaining to the fans, like I said earlier. The tag team champions were drafted to Raw.
Yep.
But because they're the unified tag team champions, they can go back and forth between Raw and SmackDown.
Correct.
So if they lose the belts, they're Raw wrestlers. They can't go back again. As long as they're champions, they can go back and forth. Let's just hope they don't go back and forth defending the fucking belts, because I'm so tired of seeing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos. The story is dying. What's making this story pop for me now is the fact that there's dissension with the Bloodline. I mean, the crowd was chanting, "We want Roman."
Yeah.
We want Roman. And Jey Uso said, "No, we don't." Like literally, they were like, "We want Roman." He was like, "No, we don't." So there's gonna be some shit to pay on SmackDown.
So
there's been some right from the gate, there's been some drama.
So I have a few takeaways from this match. Number one, the match ended the way it should have.
Mm-hmm.
With Solo getting the pin over Matt Riddle, and the way it happened the way it should have. That's how it should have ended, period. Number two, takeaway from this match. There was a point in the match when Sami Zayn was the only babyface in the ring, and Riddle and KO were on the outside. They were outside the ring way too damn long.
Oh, yeah.
Way too long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I was like, where the fuck is this team?
Yeah, way too long. Number three, about this being an interaction between the Usos and KO and Sammy. Somewhere while watching this match, I started to ask myself if KO is slipping through the cracks in this feud.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know why Sammy's there. We know why the Usos are there and why the Usos versus Sammy is important. And we know why Solo is there. Riddle made a case for himself being there a couple weeks ago, during the whole promo of like, I'm not stupid and all that. But does he need to be there? Not really. Does KO really need to be there? Not really.
Well, the only connection they
have
have,
two guys who are kind of iffy on the reasoning behind them being in the feud in the first place. So if we can move on, it'll be
fix that for you. I can fix it right now for you. Remember when Riddle was going out his rehab, it was Solo who put him out with the chair.
Correct.
So naturally, that's why he has heat with Solo. When Kevin Owens was being the one like, hey, when Cody was trying to get Kevin and Sammy back together, Sammy was getting beat up by the Bloodline constantly. KO was getting beat up constantly. So that's why KO is part of it. But I see your point as to why they won the tag team belts. They defended them right after WrestleMania. And they retained them right after WrestleMania. That's it. That should be the end of it. WrestleMania is supposed to be the culmination of everything. That's like having sex with your girl and you pop the big money shot. That should be it, right? Oh, no, we got to go round 10.
Oh, always invoke my rematch clause.
I always like to do the rematch. I don't mind laying down. I don't mind taking one for the team.
Counting the lights, baby. Count the lights.
I'll count the lights, the stars, the mirror on the ceiling, all that shit. It's all good. But so I get your point.
Yeah, so it's it's time to move on. I mean, it's time for a new feud, which now that the new season is starting with the draft, we'll get all that. So that'll make things better. However, the drama in the bloodline, that's going to continue.
I'm looking for a civil war. And I'm going to tell you why I say civil war, because two things happened in this match that kind of like, signaled it for me. One, Jimmy kicked Jay, super kicked Jay by mistake, right? That was one.
Kicked him nicely.
But, that happens in tag team matches. I mean, it does. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, it happens. I've kicked a couple partners. It
But-
happens.
But Solo
grabbed Jay by the throat and pulled that Samoan spike up.
Jay bumped into him, touched him from behind. Solo turned around like he's ready to swing. Had him by the neck and was going to hit that spike.
And all Jay kept saying was, "I'm your big brother. You do what I say."
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing I see there. I'm your big brother. You do what I say. But Roman is the tribal chief. You do what Roman says. You're Roman's enforcer. So I don't like the fact that Solo is talking now. He says a few things, but Solo should be the guy in the back who don't say shit, who just beats your ass. Correct. Remember when Jim Cornette brought Big Bubba Rogers?
Yes.
And Big Bubba was wearing that suit and the glasses and the fedora. Didn't say shit, but always beat the fuck out of people that Cornette told him to do. Same shit. Once you remove the veil, Solo just becomes another guy in the ring.
Yeah.
And that mystique is gone.
So far so good though. I mean, they're keeping on the wraps.
But the whole thing where Solo fucking tagged himself in and looked at his brothers and they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then Jay slapped him on the back.
Yeah.
And tagged himself back in and said, "I'm the big brother. Get out."
Get out. Yep. I got this.
That right there, to me, perfect. And even at the end of the match, when Solo hit that spike,
here's a very fine detail to this whole storyline. That's a caveat that some people paid attention to, others did not. Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa were drafted as the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
The Usos were drafted as the Usos.
Exactly. And that's why I said the Civil War is going to start. And that's going to keep the Usos, that's going to keep the Bloodline relevant all summer long.
Correct.
That's going to keep the Usos away from the tag team titles because they're going to be feuding with their brothers. Their family.
Keep Sammy away from this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need
Please.
He can come back later, but he don't need to be there right now.
I mean, I said this a long time ago. I said Jay and Sammy are playing the Bloodline. Remember I said that shit.
Oh, it was 100% believable. Like it was an option. The way this was going
he keeps coming in and keeps talking to Jay, dude. It looks like it. It looks like that's the way it was going.
It seemed like, I mean, there was a very strong case that we made that Sammy was the one playing all of them.
Yep.
And he was trying to break up the bloodline because of his whole conspiracy thing that started with him and Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a completely plausible by storyline option for what could happen. They didn't opt in on it. They still could if they wanted to, but
I mean, they might.
It's there.
Well, this is going to be great. The match ended the way it should have.
Yes.
So I'll give it an A+ for that.
Yep.
The Samoan Spike to Riddle. I just like seeing Riddle get beat up. So I fucking hate Riddle.
Oh, you know what? And real quick, as much as I shit on Riddle, he looked really good in this match.
Oh, you know why? Because he stopped doing that stupid bro. I smoke weed all day, bro. Bullshit. He came in like an MMA fighter. Dude came in like he was coming to fight. He wasn't coming to like, yo, let's blow some trees afterwards, man. Let me ride my scooter to the ring, man. Let me flip off my chanclas, man. No, he came out to fucking fight, and I liked it.
The funny thing is, during the match, when he was looking good, I was like, I almost want to like him, but I still
Yes.
remember that fucking snake on a razor scooter merch.
Yep.
And that left such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm like any minute he might just go back to doing that, and I'd be like,
I was like, I can brush my teeth 50,000 times a day and still not get the stank of that fucking shit out of my mouth.
Yeah, it was. And so it's almost like he's trying to redeem himself or whatever.
I mean,
but
he ain't there yet. He ain't there yet.
Yeah,
he ain't there yet.
He hasn't left that
you ain't
behind
there
yet.
You ain't there yet.
Left that behind yet.
But it was a good match. I seen a match once with Riddle and Will Ospreay.
Yes, excellent match.
Jesus Christ, that was fucking awesome. I was showing them out that the transitions, everything they were doing was beautiful. I almost forgot it was Riddle.
I was gonna say, you watch it.
I was like, who the fuck?
And you're like, oh shit, who's this Will Ospreay?
Yeah.
Wait, that's.
I was like, that guy. God damn it, that's Matt Riddle. You almost had me. Almost. I smiled a little bit and was like, oh fuck, it's Matt Riddle. Damn.
You're like, oh.
Fucking hate
I would like this match, but
you know what? This match was a 10-star match. Riddle's in it, and I was a fucking 6. And all 6 of those stars were because of Ospreay.
And I can't. That's what kept going through my mind tonight. I was like, oh man, I can't.
Not yet. It's like, man, you were almost there. You almost had me. Riddle, you almost had me.
But,
Yeah. But then we go to the main event. The time for talking is over. Okay. I said it.
We go to the on paper main event. Main event happened.
We go to the dark main event.
Because the main event happened. I will tell you, if you switched this match with the Bad Bunny match, it would have been the perfect progression of matches. Like, the matches would have been in the perfect order, and you would have went home with a glorious pop. Thank you, good night, and it would have been all good, all high fives,
celebrating in the streets, all that shit.
Yeah, all that shit.
Well, I will say this. We discussed this off the air, and I discussed it with the boy yesterday, and I made a good case for him last night on the podcast, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the finish of this match was perfect. The internet's talking shit about it. Everyone's shitting on it, and that's what made it perfect.
Well, okay, so what part are they shitting on?
The shitting on the fact that Cody beat Brock Lesnar by a pinfall. And this match only took 15, maybe 17 minutes. He beat him with a pinfall with no shenanigans. No shenanigans whatsoever.
First of all, this match went 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And so, like I said, the words that I said was, I think that Cody beat Brock Lesnar too soon. Mm-hmm. I didn't mean the match was too short.
I know what you mean.
I meant that in terms of a feud, like, this needs to be one of 3. So, like, they need to have a rematch and then, like, a rubber match or whatever. I mean, there are people who have wrestled Brock Lesnar, and it's taken them several weeks of run-ins of back and forths to get that win. And it kind of seems like Cody just like did presto chango and bam. Okay. He got the win. Now, so we'll see what they do in the future.
I want you to think about this for a second. And I want you to, when we get off this podcast, when we get off this rewind show, I want you to go back and I want you to watch the last 2 minutes of that match again. And then I want you to watch it again. And then I want you to watch it again. And you're going to see the same thing that I saw 3 times. And then tomorrow night, when we do the roundtable for fucking Raw, I want you to tell me what you saw. Because I'll tell you right here what I saw. Cody Rhodes was stuck in a Kimura.
Yep.
Cody rolled him over for a 3 count. Have you ever seen someone put the Kimura lock on?
Yes.
Both their shoulders are up like this, holding the person's arm, right?
Yep.
So when Cody rolled him over for the pin, Brock's shoulder was not down.
Yeah.
Perfect finish. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you why it's a perfect finish. Cody hit the disaster kick. Cody hit not 1, not 2, but 3 Cody cutters.
Yep.
And then Cody hit him with not one, not two, but 3 crossroads.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar was busted open the hard way. There was so much blood in this match. I was like, that man has a family. Somebody needs to stop this match. The referee handed him a towel. He threw the fucking towel out of the ring like, fuck that. I'm good.
Yeah.
Brock bled more in this match than he has in his whole WWE career and his whole UFC career combined. Yeah. There were buckets of blood in that ring. And we know Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is all about blood matches. It's all about matches with blood. So that was a perfect finish for that. Cody wiped the blood on his chest. Cody was the heel in this match.
Well, look, after the real main event, hey, look, one of y'all got to bleed.
Yo, like I said, somebody got to die in this match.
Somebody got to bleed in that.
And
funniest part of the match to me was when the turnbuckle went flying in the audience. Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, ah!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that turnbuckle got snatched off, and I told Shane and I told Center, I was like, that's foreshadowing. Somebody's going to take the bump in that fucking turnbuckle and split their brains.
You know what? So, I mean, going back to the Bad Bunny match, when Finn Balor wedged the chair between the ropes.
Mm-hmm. You knew something was taking it.
And never got used. I was like, oh, somebody going through this. Mm-hmm. I was like, Damian Priest can go head first.
The referee didn't take it down. Somebody taking it.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't going to be Bad Bunny. That's what
somebody's going to use it. Somebody's head's going through it.
So when Cody hit that third and final crossroads and Brock kicked out and Brock put that Kimura on him, I was like, okay. Cody rolls him over. 1, 2, 3. Cody wins the match. Rolls out of the ring and dips.
Yeah.
And the last thing you see is Brock Lesnar looking like, what the fuck? Now, when Brock came back and attacked Cody, no reason given. No reason. Just did it because he did it. Right? Now, here's my theory. Cody has just been announced. Cody's was hot. Of course, Brock was like, let me take out the guy who's challenging Roman, who's hot after Roman's title. I can't wrestle Roman again. I can't challenge him for the world title or the title again because that was the stipulation. If Brock lost, he couldn't challenge Roman for the championship ever again. Okay, so let me attack the guy who's challenging Brock. Now, they announced today on Twitter the bracket for the WWE Championship, which in my opinion is the fucking stupidest thing ever because if it's a Raw exclusive championship, why is there a fucking tournament on SmackDown? And why is the Raw winner got to face the SmackDown winner? Fucking stupid. Like, once again, the brand split doesn't mean nothing.
So from what I can understand, they're giving each brand a chance at...
Oh, no, I get why they're doing it. I just think it's stupid. If you want to have the SmackDown guys challenge for the championship, have the tournament on fucking Raw. Don't have it on SmackDown. Have the whole thing on Raw.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? This is a Raw exclusive champion. It's like saying, hey, man, look, I know you work at McDonald's, man. I know you flip burgers at McDonald's, but we having this flipping burger championship at Carl's Jr. Yeah. But it's Raw. It's McDonald's exclusive. We're going to go over to Carl's Jr. and we're going to do it. How does that make any fucking sense? So that's my problem with the whole thing. But I get why they're doing it. They want everybody to have an opportunity. Sure. Roman has a fucking lock. But then again, you're still not creating challenges for Roman.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not.
So you got the World Championship.
We got to see what happens with that.
So I think we're going to have Cody versus Seth because it's going to be 2 triple threat matches. And the winners of each triple threat match is going to face like the 2 guys. Like, okay, so the person who gets pinned in the triple threat match is out. And the 2 guys that are the 2 guys are going to face each other at the end of Raw. And that winner is going to face the winner of the triple threat match at SmackDown. And those 2 guys are going to face each other at Night of Champions. Okay. If you want to be, you want to cover the fact that the tag team champions aren't going to be on Night of Champions, why don't you, make the whole tournament on Night of Champions?
You know, it's kind of funny. I would think that just to be more inclusive, or to make the title look like you have more viable contenders, then you just hold a bracket. And even if you did 4-on-4, you could just have, hey, here's 4 guys on Raw who we consider to be contenders. Here's 4 guys on SmackDown we consider to be contenders. And then out of these 3 guys who fail, 3 of them can go after Roman. Now you've got contenders.
Exactly.
Built in. And then on Raw, 3 of these guys can go after whoever your champ is because that belt's on Raw.
See, we make too much sense. Fans would watch a show we book because it would make sense.
And the thing is that it's not like you have a lack of people on your roster. I mean, they're both pretty stacked rosters.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you wanted to borrow someone like Bobby Lashley from the U.S. title picture, I mean, he's a former champion. He's got every right to compete for this title.
True.
You know, you got Seth Rollins. Put Gunther in there. He's like, hey, I'm the IC champ. I'm the next step up. I should be in there.
Gunther's not even in he's not even in the thing. But
Yeah.
Austin Theory is. And he's the United States champion. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
But the way Cody wins the match, ladies and gentlemen, with the shenanigans. Because he shenanigans once and then he shenanigans again. But the way the finish happened, you can see now Brock the Beast is back.
Yeah.
Brock's gonna go apeshit crazy. Now, this is why I say it was good. Cody is gonna go into almost to the finals of the championship. And you know what's gonna happen? Brock's gonna
be a ladder match
kill him.
and Brock's gonna jump in.
Brock's gonna fucking kill him and cost him the match. Now, when Brock kills him and costs him the match, Brock puts him out. He's structured out. Cody's gone for about 2-3 weeks. Right? Night of Champions, Cody can't compete in Night of Champions because Cody's fucked. Right? This can go all the way to fucking SummerSlam. This can go to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Have Cody versus Brock at SummerSlam. Brock, no, this can go to King of the Ring. I mean, just go to my birthday, July 1st, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to be in the UK, Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Cody wins Money in the Bank.
Fuck. No. We don't need Brock on the ladder again.
Cody wins Money in the Bank.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cody doesn't challenge the champion from Night of Champions. Cody challenges who? Roman, because that's where he needs to finish his story with Roman.
Yep.
Cody
defeats
Roman for the championship.
999 days.
Cody defeats Roman for the championship. Who defeats Cody? Paul Heyman, pick guy. Brock Lesnar.
Hey, wait a second. When Night of Champions, Money in the Bank is going to be in England.
Mm-hmm.
And when does Roman hit 1,000 days?
Night of Champions, May 25th.
Okay.
So you see why I'm saying all of this is working in its favor? And
Yeah.
who's not defending the championship in Night of Champions? Roman.
Yeah, I mean, why do it? He's got to get to 1,000 days. hey, you can't stop me from reaching 1,000 days if I don't defend it.
Hey, I'm just saying. I can be the longest reigning champion in history if I don't defend the belt.
That's right. You don't want to lose the title? Don't defend it.
Just saying. So that's the way you're going to get Brock versus Cody again. And now there's stakes. I've been saying it. I said it last night. The guys didn't understand it. Oh, well, Cody just beat fucking Brock Lesnar. That's it. Yeah. Now there's stakes. Because remember, Brock beat Cody up for no apparent reason. There was no reason for Brock to do that. And now there's
Brock
stakes.
is going back to being spoiler Brock.
Mm-hmm. It's not a prediction.
Showing up in ladder matches, showing up Money in the Bank ladder matches.
Just let me climb. Let me grab the briefcase. You in the match? Nope.
Turn the fatal 4-ways and the fatal 5-ways. I'm about to go jump in. I'm about to go hop on the ladder, grab the fucking briefcase myself. I ain't signing WWE, but I'm Money in the Bank champion. Yeah, I'm here. Here I am.
That's the way it works. And ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, thank you for joining us here on this impromptu, this show, the show of all shows, the Rewind show. It is your boy, the franchise player, joined by that guy right there, the mixologist and subchemical Julian. We'll see y'all on Monday for Monday Night Raw recap with the boys live on Twitch.
Peace.